Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the InsideBlockchain show on Cryptotvplus. Every Monday morning, Cryptotvplus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The InsideBlockchain show, only on Cryptotvplus.
And keep watching Crypto TV. Don't touch that dial. Peace.
This program is brought to you by OKEX, the most trusted digital asset exchange.
Hello and welcome to the program. This is InsideBlockchain, live from Cryptotvplus. I am Rume Ophi. It's a beautiful Monday morning, the 6th of December 2021, the last month in the year of 2021. As people from all over the world are preparing for festivities, people are traveling home, activities coupled with the hustle and bustle of life. Now, with the way things are going, COVID variants might actually overtake the rate at which new crypto tokens are minted. Sounds funny. Now, what happens when the two worlds collide? Well, we're about to find out. The new COVID variant, Omicron, is raising global concerns, even in the crypto space. But one token has raised millionaires overnight as a result of this latest viral threat to come out of China. The DeFi token that shares the same name as the new coronavirus variant, Omicron, surged over the weekend. Now, just to put it out there, Omicron is a decentralized reserve currency protocol that runs on the Ethereum Layer 2 network, Arbitrum, or you can call it Arbitrum. Now, Omicron had launched at the beginning of November, and for most of the past week was traded steady at about $65. But over the weekend, the token surged to new highs of $689, close to 1,000%. Now, this came after the World Health Organization officially named a new strain of COVID-19 discovered in South Africa. However, at the moment, the token had plunged by over 18% in the last 24 hours to trade at $320. Now, based on the short-term price surge, it is possible the token has experienced a pump over the weekend amid a global scare about the effects of the new COVID-19 variant. Now, the question is, with the new Omicron strain making headlines and lockdowns once again considered, could the cryptocurrency market be facing another dangerous storm? Well, I guess the questions to these answers will come right after this short break. Stay with us.
Crypto is over.
Crypto is rubbish.
Crypto is crashing.
And all of this is known as sport.
And keep watching Crypto TV. Don't touch that dial. Peace.
This program is brought to you by OKEX, the most trusted digital asset exchange.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is InsideBlockchain live from Cryptotvplus. Now, here with me in the studio to further understand what this Omicron means to the cryptocurrency market is Samuel Benedict, a fintech entrepreneur, a consultant for over 500 fintech startups, a futures trader, and the founder of a new startup called TafaBot. I hope I got the pronunciation right. All right. And joining me virtually is Rume Ophi, popularly known as the Crypto Preacher, a crypto asset and blockchain analyst with over 5 years experience. He is the founder of the prestigious Crypto Preacher Blockchain Academy and the head of mobilization at the Stakeholders in Blockchain Technology Association of Nigeria, known as CBAN. So I'll just start off with you, Samuel. It's nice to see you. You know, you've always been a part of the family.
Thank you.
And I know I speak for all when I say that we are elated to have you in the studio with us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's just dive right in. First of all, what can you tell us about Omicron?
Basically, Omicron is the new coronavirus. What's the best word do I put it?
Variant.
The new variant, yeah, the new mutated virus, like an improved version of what is previously there. But before now, we've had like all the variant, like the Delta and the rest of them. And scientists are saying that from the analysis taking over, Omicron is like something else different from what has always been from the Delta and the other one. So we probably will be facing what we hope not to face. But then we'll see also how that will affect the market.
Great stuff, great stuff. So just to digress a little bit, what can you tell us about your new startup, TafaBot?
Yeah, TafaBot, we created a new startup called TafaBot, and which means Tafa Technical Analysis and then FA Fundamental Analysis. So basically, we created a system to mitigate the risk of futures trading. And spot trading is quite amazing, and then there are several programs and algorithms that curtails the risk for spot, and we found that there was little or none for futures, and a lot of persons are diving into the futures market because of the amount of profits they are hoping to make, and statistics is showing that about 90% of futures traders lose all their money in the first 6 months and then they go broke. So we created a system that is going to analyze the past histories of the market through an AI algorithm and be able to make correct and informed decisions for the futures trader, managing all the risks that comes to liquidation. So you're welcome to a world whereby you could never be liquidated ever.
Wow, great stuff. So you've heard it, TafaBot, the new startup. Can you just, has it gone mainnet or are you still bootstrapping?
Yeah, we started the beta version about 8 months ago, and then we currently have like 26,000 beta users using it right now. But we'll be launching officially by January, and we'll be going cloud. Right now, you're required to run the terminal on your PC or your mobile phone because it's you could say it's totally decentralized in the sense of we do not host any servers, we do not have any connection with the user's account, so I could just plug and play on my Binance account, Huobi account, or whichever one you want to use. So we'll be going mainstream by January, and we'll be going cloud, so you don't need to run on your device.
Wow, excellent, excellent stuff. So Crypto Preacher, so you know you are a well-known figure in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space, specifically in Africa. So what can you tell us about this new development, Omicron? You know, on one hand you see Omicron, and on the other hand you see the Omicron token. So just help us make sense of these two disparities.
All right. What I draw conclusion when I heard about the virus is an opportunity, because when the COVID the first variant actually came in that brought about the lockdown, you saw the inflow in digital engagement. What I mean is people doing different from the conventional way of going to their offices, which is they go there to do a few other things. So it actually necessitated also in cryptocurrency or digital asset and transactions. So there's this spike. So with this one again, I think the fact that it's coming from Africa, South Africa this time, is going to raise awareness that Africans back home are going to look at possible situation to transact in cryptocurrency, most especially this one that has same name with the variant that just happened, to be able to solve. The idea is solving problems, right, and not doing it the conventional way. And we know right about now that Africa has one of the youngest, in fact, the youngest population aside other continents, and Nigeria is one of the biggest, if you ask me. So it's going to actually foster people to look at the alternative ways to survive and using digital assets to transact is going to be the new normal, right? So I'm not surprised, and I think it's going to be an open door for a lot of people to be educated, most especially from our end, which we have actually noticed that our job and take it upon ourselves to educate a lot of people so that they can actually find financial independence using digital assets.
Great. So help us make sense of some of the concerns, some of the global concerns on a larger scale that this Omicron COVID-19 variant has raised, because now there are fears of some people are calling it xenophobia, some people, travel bans, a lot of vices here and there. Help us address some of these issues, because there are concerns that there might possibly be another lockdown.
Okay, the some countries are already taking directives towards not allowing certain flights to go to their countries, right? So there's this publication I read where the cases in Canada, the 2 cases in Canada, is there are Nigerians that actually travel there, and some others that are going to be affected. So they were going to ground flights leaving some parts of Africa. So I don't want to see it as a limitation for us. I want to see it as an opportunity for us. For crying out loud, like I said, we have the young population here. Let's take Nigeria for a case. If we don't allow anybody traveling in this country to go out, for example, because of the fear of this disease, it's going to make us look inward, right, and use all of the resources we have. We have huge human resources. We have a lot of. I was this article I was reading the other day. There's the last chunk of seed fundings for various parts of the world to Africa. Nigeria has one of the highest, aside Kenya and South Africa. So we're going to look inward to make sure that we do our own things, right? Being technological this time. Then I'm going to see the idea of it affecting us. I don't think is so, because I'm this kind of person that believes that Africa is the new world, and that is where a lot of innovations will be coming from. I don't know if you're abreast with that, but modern civilization starts from Africa.
Yeah, great stuff, great stuff. Yeah, so Samuel, now, there are some concerns, major concerns that he has addressed the concerns about, if there's an imminent lockdown. So help us make sense of, the origin of the Omicron token, because some people believe that research actually shows that it predates the announcement of the World Health Organization. Now, do you think there's a connection between the Omicron token and the Omicron variant? Because now this token, when it launched, it was trading at around $65. Yeah. And then when that announcement by WHO came, it pumped to as much as 1,000%, and raised millionaires overnight. So just help us address if there's a connection between the two.
I think basically it's just someone knowing when there's an opportunity and then position rightly to it. And the Omicron firstly was discovered in South Africa, but it was on low key and they weren't talking so much about it. They were still investigating until the World Health finally announced, as like a world threat. So I actually feel it was someone who is just positioned and you planned ahead and then saw that this could go viral. For example, the Squid Game token, that was really an interesting scenario of someone seeing how viral a show could go and then hitting up something on it. So I think it's just being positioned. That happened.
So taking a cue from what you said, the Squid Game token. Now, there's some concerns that this, sorry about that. There's some concerns that this Omicron token, what if it gets rug pulled along the line? Because now, you mentioned Squid Game. Squid Game came out and pumped, and investors, bought into the project. And at some point, they couldn't sell.
Correct.
And before you knew it, the developers rug pulled the project. So there are concerns that this Omicron token to toe that same line. Can you help us make sense of that?
Basically, investors always is advised to make a lot of research before investing in token. And one of the major research could also be code-based research, which is very, very vital. Now, we've seen scenarios of people creating smart contracts that had backdoors. Now, you wouldn't know that okay, someone makes a smart contract, say you buy the token, but in the contract you don't have the capacity to sell, and then there's like a on and off button, which is removed from the public repository that you cannot see. except you have to audit the code yourself. So firstly is investors making accurate analysis and review of whichever they're investing on. If they're going to rug pull or not in the current decentralized manner is always going to be based on their code base. Now we're having like the DeFi system and the liquidity system. If I pull all my funds into the liquidity, they are not just going to disappear, except the contract I'm putting into has a backdoor to withdraw liquidity. So there must be an access for that. So it's always about studying it a lot.
Okay, so studying it will determine if it will be rug pulled or not, in
Yes,
essence.
correctly. Studying it will determine. I was going through projects and they've actually rug pulled already right now. And I was going through their contract. It was like a pancake swap fork. And they were so viral, doing so well, had a lot of money put in there. But then we now saw in their in-depth house code that they had an access to be able to pull out every single user's liquidity. So when you're secure that, okay, I put in my funds here and it's safe, you never knew that the smart contract allowed the owner of the creator of the contract to be able to pull out your liquidity.
Wow, great stuff, very apt and direct. So let's take a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
What does cryptocurrency actually mean? Who created Bitcoin? And how secure is the blockchain technology? Well, thanks to the innovative technology of the blockchain, which was created by Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto, what couldn't be done before suddenly became quite easy for everyone to do. And to show how revolutionary the blockchain technology is,
And keep watching Crypto TV. Don't touch that dial. Peace.
This program is brought to you by OKEX, the most trusted digital asset exchange.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Inside Blockchain live from Cryptotvplus. So we're still looking at Omicron and the crypto market. We're trying to establish a connection or a distinction and also to dissect and explain the impacts on the global crypto market as well as traditional finance. So I'm still here with Samuel Benedict. He's a fintech entrepreneur, consultant for over 500 fintech startups, a futures trader and founder of new startup TafaBot. And also joining me virtually is Rume Ophi, popularly known as the Crypto Preacher. He's the founder of the prestigious Crypto Preacher Blockchain Academy, the head of mobilization at Stakeholders in Blockchain Association of Nigeria, and the crypto asset and blockchain analyst with over 5 years experience. So Crypto Preacher, I'll start with you. Now, help us make sense of what, the health implications, because now way back in 2020, sometime when there was a Bitcoin halving, there were certain concerns, when Bitcoin plunged below $3,800, So now, help us make sense of how this token is going to affect both Bitcoin and other altcoins. Just help us with a rough analysis, your thoughts on that.
Okay, do you mean the Omicron?
Yeah, the Omicron token, yes.
Okay, my partner there actually said that the Omicron token is just people having certain information and capitalizing on that. So I think if it is done with the...
If I can just come in, the Omicron project was actually established before the World Health Organization made the announcement.
Yes. So that was smart. That was a smart move because ordinarily, this is how it usually happens, even when the Delta variant started it. In fact, let's even go back to when this whole COVID-19 started, right?
All right.
It took time for the World Health Organization. So someone can actually call a project COVID-19 and it will make a lot of sense and monies will be made at the end of the day, right? As we're talking about now, the Delta variant is still there, right? It's not yet gone. If there's a project around the Delta project and the Delta virus of the COVID-19, the variant, the project will still be there, striving either ways. Then the fact that this has actually happened, I think the guys were just smart and it's going to go on. I'm not saying that because this virus, the way it's working, It's something that we're going to live with for the rest of our life, just to get either vaccinated or stay away. So relating it to the crypto industry, the project could really do well because the virus is still there. So it just depends on the problem that it's solving right about now. So if it is not solving the right problem, the lifespan will actually be very short. You understand? But if it's solving certain problems, like I'm always someone that propagates the idea of projects that are coming to solve real life cases, right? Not just for pump and dumps. So, for example, even at the pump and dump, some persons will still make money off it. But I don't believe that I'm not one of those people that will say, "Oh, use money that you can actually lose," because in this part of the world, the monies here are not enough for people to survive. You know, it is so to so said that an average Nigerian live below $2, if not thereabout. So the project is going to stay as long as the virus is still around, but it should solve the problem. And the more people see it, the more people are going to invest in it. So let's even say the Omicron project is going to be about having data of those infected with COVID-19, for example. That means it's going to make a lot more sense, for example. So, because I don't think there's a unified database for all those affected, for all those that have received COVID-19 vaccine before. You know, so we still have a large number of people not receiving. I was looking at one article the other day. It is being said that it's not up to 20% of Nigerians have actually received the COVID-19 vaccine. So imagine saying this project is going to incentivize those, for example, that are being vaccinated or that are actually putting their name down to do the exercise. They have been given this token. Going to make a lot of sense, and the coin is going to go very high in price because cryptocurrency, if you ask me, like I always say, it is about energy. So when you see the price moving up, you know there's a lot of energy. Then when you know that when the price is going down, it just means energy is being dissipated. It means people are losing hope or losing the beliefs that they have in it. You know, so that is how some of these things work. So the more people see that, oh, this thing is, if I register, for example, or get vaccinated and issue some token, for example, I don't know how the originators of this project wants to make it work. It's gonna hit the roof really hard.
Okay, great stuff. Very, very apt. So now, Samuel, still on the health implications. So if we can just have a better understanding, because we understand how COVID-19 actually affected the world, globally, every facet of our human existence was affected, from football to healthcare to the government, everything, you can name it. Totally. Now, some researchers or some reports online have shown that the effect of this new variant is a bit mild and not harsh. So do you think we're missing something?
Majorly, what the law of research have said is we don't have so much data because there are still very, very few cases. But from the case we've seen, the effects are mild. They are not like the other ones. But yet, we've not been able to test any vaccine if it is like able to handle that. And until that happens, I still believe that we're still on the fence until that is sorted out, that there's a vaccine and we can be sure that this 100%, because we want to talk data, we don't want to assume, we want to talk facts. If data provides that okay, this is able to solve that, then we're good.
Oh, great stuff. So now, what are your thoughts? Help us make better understand on the future, because now in recent times we've seen that meme coins are actually surpass altcoins. People are making so much money from meme coins. We've seen Dogecoin, we've seen Shiba, we've seen Wakanda Inu, more recently, and subsequent ones. And Wakanda Inu actually gave rise to a lot of African-based crypto projects. So, what do you think is the future for crypto generally? What's your view? Do you stand with meme coins, or are you a propagator of altcoins, Bitcoin and alike?
Okay, I would say I'm totally in for what is actually solving a lot of problem, like my fellow said, what is actually solving real world use cases, and that is what is going to last. Now, I'm a very, very firm believer in altcoins, not every altcoins per se, but altcoins that have like solid foundation as it relates to what they are actually doing. But what we've seen between last year and this year is a lot of money pumping into meme coin, and I believe also that has also restricted big cap coins from growing, because people will always move where the money is. So there's a larger focus on meme coin, and just bitcoins and the other altcoins are there. But I believe that if a project doesn't actually solve real issues, and then there's no inflows of money coming in, not just inflows from people who are coming to get part of the whole pump and dump. You hear stories of, I put in $1,000 to $100,000.
Yeah.
Those are like miracles, you know. Those are like crazy miracles. So except they're actually doing something, because it's not always going to be like this per se. This is like the first time in history that we're having this amount of money, like even the US printing like almost 80% of their bills in 1 year. Like there's a large flow in the system, and life and all financial market flows with history. There's like a psychology to the market that if you put the market in the same scenario, which it has been before, 90% is going to produce the same result. So we've seen scenarios like this whereby there are inflows of money. Historically, it's always followed by what you could call like the hard times also. So if a project doesn't pull in new values, that it's not only going to be receiving inflows from people who want to get at money very, very fast, but inflows from people who are using it actually, then they're going to experience issues. For now, it's really going to be amazing, but in the future, it could be issues.
Yeah, very apt. So for you, it's primarily based on utility.
Utility.
Okay, great stuff. So Crypto Preacher, help us with your projection, or would I say your prediction, because sometime in, this is December, sometime in October, November, we came across certain predictions and analysis online that Bitcoin will hit, I think, around 80K to 100K. So what is your projection for Bitcoin specifically? Seeing that this is the last month of the year.
Okay, so in as much as there's a lot of distraction here and there, this is not my first bull run, and I've seen a few things. The first one, then, if you check, every bull run comes with some noise that actually sway people away. If you're not smart, you won't get the most benefit from the bull run. For example, the last one that happened came with ICOs and some other coins that were really terrible. For example, you won't want to believe, if you were at that era then, that Bitcoin and the likes, one coin and the likes, can really go, because at the end of the day, they took a lot of people's funds with them, So, but people don't learn. I always said humans don't learn. That is why you see mistake repeated here and there. So, towards this now, we've been seeing meme coins, which I can ascribe to be noise. And at the end of the day, a lot of people won't still make the best use of this bull run that has come, and it's still there. The bull run is still on. The cycle is still well intact. I'm looking at the overall cycle, and I think by the end of this year, I actually had it in mind that this market. So when a lot of people said that the market has snowballed into the bear season, amongst those few that said no, the market, the bull run is still on, and I have this prediction for 80K, and it's still intact. Fine. We're in December, and I think we are in a phase. If you check closely this morning, I tweeted that there was this drop in macro, those addresses, on-chain analysis shows that there's this drop in addresses that had a lot of Bitcoin, right? Macro addresses with huge balance, right? So it actually dropped. It's on-chain. It only means that we're at accumulation stage where a lot of micro guys are actually accumulating, using this opportunity to buy, because investors actually look for the bigger picture. And so when there's this drop at this point, not all of them really get to be motivated to get all of this. And I've also observed that a lot of people like to know much about cryptocurrency and digital asset before they get involved in it. Like I always say, you don't need to know much. a lot of people that are getting it, a lot of people that did got it then, as at 2011 when it was $1 or thereabout, actually didn't know much, but they got it and left it. Now they are so rich. So I'm still holding my position for 80K at the end of the year. It's not a bad idea, but I'm actually again bearish on Bitcoin dominance so that the altcoins can fly.
Okay, great stuff. So it's like this. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a bit dicey because it's been holding. It's holding. Its accumulation is actually moving sideways without a direct signal of where the market is going to. The truth is that the market is not controlled by anyone's father, mother, uncle, auntie, or anyone. But we just look for the possible opportunity where if it moves this way or the other, we make the best use of the market. But I'm being very positive because the market actually, I think this is going to be one of the longest in the cycle that we've seen. This bull cycle is going to stretch really long till next year at least. I'm looking at third quarter next year thereabout. If we still have all of this delay at this point in time, but for me, 80K, I'm not relenting still.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you for that submission. So Samuel, before we let you go, just to wrap it up, do you think there will be another lockdown? Not just in Africa, not just in Nigeria, but on a global scale. Do you have that feeling? Just help us with that.
I totally feel and believe that a wise leader learns, and that's leadership, learning from the past and then making sure that the future is better. And one of the major troubles that hit a lot of countries was not effectively mitigating the whole COVID scenarios 2019, and then which also happened because there was a lot of entrance into a lot of cities. And so I believe that most of those leaders must have learned from their past experience. And even if the Omicron is not so severe, but it's severe, we could see a possible lockdown just to mitigate. Like the whole 2019 scenario was a lot of mess for a lot of countries, and I don't think any country want to see their whole economy crumble like a lot of them crumbled during those times. So they want to take step ahead. If it means having lockdown just to preserve the economy to keep running, they'll probably do that. So hopefully they will not, but there might be.
Okay, so it's still dicey.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed and watch as the events unfold. Please always remember to stay safe, wash your hands regularly, and stay safe. Thank you so much, Samuel, for joining us on the show today. And thank you to you, Crypto Preacher, for also making our time to be on the Inside Blockchain show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Bob.
And I look forward to hosting you once again because it's very necessary.
Very important, I guess.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And that will be all on today's program. You can get more market updates and all the happenings captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency on our website, cryptotvplus.com. Kindly follow us on our social media, Facebook and Twitter at CryptoTVPlus to get daily info on our programs. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, CryptoTVPlus, for more amazing content. Today's edition of the Inside Blockchain Show is brought to you by OKX, the leading innovative cryptocurrency exchange that offers advanced financial services. Thank you for joining us today. I am Bobby Adike. See you next week.
This program is brought to you by OKX, the most trusted digital asset exchange.